Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. Welcome to another episode of The Doctors Are In here on the Psychic Talk Radio Network. This is Dax Carlisle. I am a tarot advisor, numerologist, and life coach coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona. And joining me as always is my fabulous co-host, certified life coach and spiritual teacher, Dr. Rose Wilkerson, live from Berkeley, California. Hello, Rose.
Hi, Dax. Hi, everybody. How are things going? It's Friday. Another great day for another great show.
Oh, yes. I am so excited about today's show. And, we're going to be making it great for 2021. I don't know about you, Rose, but I'm just, I'm done. I'm ready for 2020 to be over, and I'm ready for new, exciting things. Let's go onward and upward in 2021. What do you think?
I couldn't agree with you more. This has been one hell of a year. It started off rough for me last year. This is before all the, stay-at-home quarantine, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, it's been a tough year, and I am so looking forward to creating 2021. Just moving on, moving forward,
Let's do it. And we actually have 21 ways to get you going in that direction and more. We have some bonus things from Rose. I wrote up 21 ways, my list. I thought, 2021, let's do 21 ways. Hey, yeah. But Rose has some great stuff, too, she's going to add in. I'm so excited about that, and individually some of these things are, some of them are bigger, some of them are like really small, but when you add it all together, it's going to be fantastic, very powerful, and it's only to get you going really, it's just get in the right frame of mind, and we need to make a shift here. We need to make a shift going into 2021. But we are a live call-in show, so in addition to, just chatting about that for a little bit, we will be taking your phone calls. So if you're in the caller queue, don't worry. We're going to get to you, but let's give out that phone number, 714-816-4628. Get your spot real early in the show. Don't wait till, halfway through the show before you decide to call in. There's only a few callers in the queue right now. In fact, whoever's in the queue right now, you might be next, or if not, you're going to be like the second caller. So hang in there with us, bear with us. And but if you're listening, if you're on the sidelines, you're kind of straddling the fence there. Should I call in? Yes, you should. There's it's not by accident you found this show. Okay, so call 714-816-4628. And press number 1 as soon as you get through. That puts you in the caller queue. It moves you from the bottom of the list to the top into the queue in the order that you called in. So we're going to take the calls in the order that they came in. If you just want to listen to the show, that's perfectly fine. You could dial that number. Don't press 1, and you'll be at the bottom there, and we know you're just listening to the show. That's perfectly fine. But if you want to be live on air with us, give us a call, 714-816-4628. We'll get to call shortly. There's another way, by the way. We know there's people listening to us, Rose. They're at work. They got the earbuds on.
Yeah.
The boss is looking over. They can't pick up the telephone and call in.
That's true.
Got a sneaky way for you. You can join us on our chat post on our Facebook group, and in the comments on that post, you can type in there like it's a chat room and chat with us. You can comment on the show. You can ask questions. You can ask, even for some life coaching, a mini tarot reading, your numerology, what have you, right there from the chat room. and it's on our Psychic Talk Radio Facebook group. Now, there's a group and a page, so like the page, join the group, and you can find that post. It should be near the top. But if not, hey, here's an easy thing to remember. Every time we have a radio show, and we have a radio show nearly every day of the week, what you want to do is that morning, you just open a new tab in your browser. You type in psychictalk.net/chat. That'll take you right over to that chat post. It's got a link to the Blog Talk show page where you can listen in on the show. It's got the call-in number. It's got the show times. By the way, all of our shows are at the same time, 11 a.m. Pacific. And so that is noon Mountain, 1 Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, like New York City time. And then if you're in Europe, London, UK is 7 p.m., 5 hours later. So
cool.
Go over to psychictalk.net/chat. Jump into the chat with us during the live show, and you can also ask for a mini reading right in there. Just type it in. We'll read it live on air, pull some cards, do some life coaching. We'd love to, do it that way, but, of course, we'd love to chat with you. So call into the show, and remember to press 1, get into the queue there. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have to tell folks? Well, our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday shows, our weekend shows, are sponsored by the Tarot Guild. It's the international organization for tarot lovers, students, and professional readers since 2004. And we built a brand new website a year ago. I guess it's not brand new anymore, but to me it is, because we had a static website, just basic. You know what a static website is? It's a website that's just like a billboard on the net, right? And we had that for like 10 years. But originally, way back in the day, in 2009, we created a website on a platform called Ning. And it's a social networking platform, very similar to Facebook. We had some issues. It was getting expensive. We got off of Ning. We created that billboard, static website, which we had for, 8, 9 years, 10 years. And then finally the servers gave out, and I didn't want to move everything. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to build a brand new website. And then I said, hey, this is our 15th anniversary. We're going into our 16th year. Actually, we just had our 16th anniversary. We're now in our 17th year. And I said, let's build not just a brand new website. Let's go back to that Ning platform, because I found out that a lot of the bugs had been fixed. It had been bought by a new group of investors, and it was affordable again. So I was like, let's do that, because now we can have a social networking website. All those cool features, like you get a profile page, and then you can like other people's things, and you can friend them, and you can do private messaging. There's also a live chat room, forums, groups, articles, videos. I mean, it's this huge platform, and you can take advantage of all of that free. You just go over to thetarotguild.com and sign up. In fact, thetarotguild.com/sign up will take you right to the sign up page. But if you just go over to the website, thetarotguild.com, at the top of the page, I think whether you're on the phone or the website, laptop, for the website, you're going to see sign up at the top. Just click sign up, and you can actually join real quick and easy with your Facebook, your Twitter, your Google account, or if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, use an email address and a password, you can do that too. And you can sign up 100% free. Come over and join us. Some people are starting, finally, that we've had members going back to 2004, and people are starting to find us, the new website, Rose. And one of them is John Rose. A lot of classes with us and radio shows too, about some of the more arcane decks out there, the older historical decks, and Lenormand and reading Lenormand and things like that. Way back 2010, 2011. Well, he messaged me the other day and found us again. Well, he's joined the website. He's joined the premium membership. I got to get get some replacement certificates out to him for his membership and his certified tarot reader certification and get that certificate out to them and everything like that. We also have a lot of people joining us in the premium membership. You know, we have the holiday sale going on right now. Corby Mitlead, she joined, and yesterday I had a fantastic conversation with her, Skype video call. We did her test reading for her certified tarot reader, and she joined the premium membership. She is just a hoot. Oh, my God, we're going to get her on the radio shows. She's going to come on and do some appearances. She's got 3 books out there. You can go to her website, Corby, Corbie, and I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right, Mitlead, Mitleid. So it's CorbyMitlead.com. I'm going to put that in our chat post, if I can get over to our chat post here. Going to pop that in there. Awesome. There we go. Got that in there. And she's fantastic. You know, get her books. Get a reading with her. I got to have a reading with her because she was doing her test reading for certified tarot reader, you know. And it's just really great. Really great. Things are starting to snowball. We've had just in the last day about becoming hosts on the network. And this is what I'm talking about, you know, for this, you know, our topic, creating a great year in 2021. I feel it already. Don't you feel like the energy's shifting?
Yes, I really do. It's definitely going to be a different year, you know. And who wants to do the same old, right? You know, let's create this. Let's create what we want for 2021.
Absolutely. And by the way, those 21 ways to create a great year in 2021, the very first one is what we're talking about right now. Start now. Start now. Everybody wants to. They want to create their New Year's resolutions, and you know, they hold up their wine glass or their champagne glass at midnight, New Year's Eve, and do their New Year's resolution and get. I'm going to get started in January. You know, it's like, no, folks. Now.
Right.
Now. And that includes everything. You know, not just, you know, setting up for a great year, but, you know, quitting old habits, changing, you know, your diet, adding in your exercise programs, quitting smoking, all that kind of thing. You know, if you're thinking about it, whenever you think about it, that's the time to do it, not set a date. I'm going to do it January 1st, which becomes January 15th really quickly, right? And if you follow these 21 ways, then as you're doing that through December and go into January, it's going to be a piece of cake. You're going to be able, you're going to be able to hit those resolutions. And actually, that's number 4 we're going to talk about in just a minute. I want to talk about resolutions. Okay, but for number 1, start now. Don't wait till January. Number 2, get rid of the old and make room for the new. You've got, let me bring up the calendar. How many weeks we got left? We got like almost 3 weeks left before January. Right. You got a lot of, we do have 3 weeks. Yeah. You got a lot of time here, folks. And that's another reason why, number 1, start now. Number 2, get rid of the old, because it gives you time to get rid of the old. And this could be physical things around the house that you haven't touched in 6 months to, 4 years, or something like that,
or longer in my case.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Do you need this thing in your closet? Make room for things to come in. Okay. Yeah. And besides the physical things like old beliefs that no longer serve you. Especially anything that's, kind of going to block your goals for 2021. How about relationships? Relationships that no longer serve you, relationships that do not support you and your goals for 2021. Things that are just taking up space, literally and figuratively. Yeah. So number 3, have a plan. Again, goes back to number 1. We have time now to figure this out and set up a plan. Those that fail to plan to fail. Benjamin Franklin.
That's right.
Make sure you actually write down your plans and your goals. Create timelines for them. We'll get a little more into that a little later. But, write this stuff down. And you don't have to have a perfect set plan right now. Right now, you're just taking a piece of paper and jotting down all your ideas. And then you could organize that into a plan. How's that sound, Rose?
That sounds great. Yeah, I was going to agree with you on that one. It's just now's the time to plan it.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what your goal is. Let's go to something simple like I was mentioning, start now with quitting those old habits. Well, if you want to quit smoking, okay, the reason why quitting cold turkey or, virtually any of the other methods like the patch and the gum and, quitting cold turkey, why they have a, 2% success rate,
right,
2 to 10%, maybe. I know for sure the statistic is 2 out of 100 people will actually remain non-smokers beyond the 6-month mark and the year mark who quit cold turkey. There's nothing wrong with quitting cold turkey. How do you stop smoking? Well, you don't pick up the next cigarette and light it. But the thing is they don't have a plan. That's why they fail. Yeah, they're trying to do it all on using their willpower instead of sitting back and thinking right now, okay, I want to be a non-smoker for all of 2021 starting in January, but I'm going to start now. I'm going to create a plan. What's going to happen when I quit smoking? Do some research. Hire a life coach that specializes in this. I specialize in this, for instance. And talk to them.
Like that.
What's going to happen, right, over the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks of not smoking. Prepare for all of the potential triggers. Have a plan. What are you going to do instead? How are you going to replace, the hand-to-mouth thing and, all that kind of thing. So, yes, you got to have a plan, whatever your goal is, whether it's starting a new business or increasing the profits of your current business or, the perfect relationship, getting rid of the old habits, whatever your resolutions are going to be. Which brings us to number 4, set intentions instead of resolutions. And we've done whole shows on this usually in January of a new year. Somewhere along the line, Rose, resolutions turn into something that it's not. At least in the American psyche. Resolutions is something that you're setting that is you are resolving to do. And the definition of that is it's not maybe.
Right.
It's not I'm going to try to quit smoking. I'm going to try to work on a new business. No, it's you're resolving, which means you're setting the intention and it's 100% follow through. You're completely focused on that. And that's why I say use the word intention rather than resolution, because resolutions become this nebulous thing where, I might try. Remember, Yoda said, do or do not. There is no try. Yes, all the best things I've learned in life I learned from Star Wars, I'm telling you. Yes. And so what an intention is it's a focused resolve to you're going to do this thing and you're focusing on this thing. And that's going to come up a little later, too, focusing on the one thing. Not letting fate decide. Okay, so fate, what we use the term fate, is merely letting life happen to you rather than what? Having a plan. We're back at number 3. Have a plan and set the intention, and you're focused on it. And that way, like the Magician card in Tarot, you are deciding rather than letting life happen to you. Don't let fate decide what happens. Yeah. Which brings us to number 5. I mentioned that a second ago about making small incremental changes. So what you want to do is break these larger goals down into smaller steps. Most things, especially if you sit there with yourself, you could do a little test, Rose. You put your hand on your abdomen, on your tummy, and you sit there, you close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and then say the overarching goal or intention out loud, or in your head. You could do it either way. It's better if you say it out loud. And then notice the feelings. Do you get a nice warm fuzzy feeling there in your solar plexus, or do you get does it start to tighten up? Are you getting some fear there? That's letting you know that, okay, this is a large goal, because when we react, it means it's a large goal, which means what? What could be a fear around that? Well, it means, like, one fear could be, I don't think I could do this. Anytime those kind of thought patterns or feelings come in, this is when you are going to look at the goal and break it up into small increments.
Workable parts. Yeah.
Yes. So you want to do a massive life change. You want to change your diet and lose weight and exercise more. Okay, a small incremental first step is, okay, I'm going to pick up a bottle of water, and I'm going to start drinking water every day, or I'm going to drink more water than I've been drinking. Water's marvelous. Water helps with that. It also helps with even quitting smoking. A lot of what people think are withdrawals from smoking are actually dehydration symptoms, and you can avoid a lot of it. So I tell people, before you start with this small change, grab bottles of water or a glass of water. Even if you're like out and about, you go to the restaurant or you go to the bar. I know a lot of it's shut down now, but if you are going anywhere and you order a beer or you order a drink, you simultaneously always order a glass of water, maybe with a lime in it or a lemon or something like that, and drink more water. So that's a small incremental change. You don't start going to the gym, change your entire diet plan and everything instantaneously tomorrow. You do small incremental changes. They tell you to keep the eye on the prize, but actually you should be keeping your eye on the next step. When we keep our eye on the prize, what happens is, when we're too focused on the overarching goal, that's when we feel those feelings and those thoughts come in, that I can't do this. But if we focus on the next step, you can always take the next step. So see it as a journey. This is a way that you can reframe your resolutions. Your intentions. And that's from neurolinguistic programming. Reframing it, and don't allow your goals to become a passive way of saying, I won't be good enough until I achieve this. See, a lot of us think that we have to have the entire goal finished, to be achieving. It's actually a process. It's a journey, because, when you think that way, you're holding the goal at arm's length. And as you move forward, it's always going to be at arm's length. It seems unachievable,
Right.
But instead instead, if you're doing something like every day in every way, I'm getting closer and closer to my goal. I'm getting closer and closer to the new me.
Yeah.
Having a timeline for this. I want to be here in 6 months. Okay, now backtrack from 6 months. This is a life coaching process that you do as a life coach with a client. 6 months from now, a year from now, I want to be here. Okay, so 6 months, 5 months, where do I have to be? 4 months, where do I have to be? All the way down to 1 month from now, 3 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now, 1 week from now, 5 days from now, 3 days from now, tomorrow. You bring it back, think backwards the other way. Disassemble it and create it into small incremental changes. Then there's number 6. Tell folks about your intentions. Now, this is a little controversial. Some life coaches say never tell anybody what you're doing. And I agree to some extent. There is that factor of, your best friend, you're 50 pounds overweight and your best friend is 50 pounds overweight. They may consciously be on your side and want you to lose that 50 pounds. But unconsciously, it's like, my friend's not going to be the same friend anymore. I'm still going to be 50 pounds overweight and they're going to be skinny. I know it sounds stupid, but this is what happens in your subconscious mind. And you knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or subconsciously, start sabotaging the efforts of your friend. You start, you're never going to do that. I've seen you start 1,000 diets, you've never made it through. You lose the weight, you get it back. So you do have to kind of you got to be a little careful about this, who you tell and so forth like that. The opposite end of the spectrum is tell everybody. You go on Facebook, I'm quitting smoking. I'm quitting now, and I plan on not smoking all through 2021. And you all know me. You're my friends. You're my family. Mm-hmm. I need help. Elicit the help from them. Then it's a little different than telling your one best friend that you want to lose 50 pounds. You're putting it out there to everybody. And it kind of, I can see this other way of doing it. What it does is it kind of counteracts what could happen with the individual person. You see what I mean with that?
Yeah.
So, either way, decide what you think is best for you. If you don't have Facebook, if you're a hermit, if you only have a couple of friends, decide, are they really going to support you or not? You might have to do a gut instinct check-in like we just did with the solar plexus. Do the same thing. Close your eyes, put your hand on your tummy, take a deep breath. Is Jane really going to support me in this? And decide whether to tell them or not. If you're, more outgoing, I don't really want to say that, but, maybe you're on Facebook and you know a lot of people. Put it out there. Tell everybody, this is what's happening. Don't offer me a cigarette. Try not to smoke around me. Try to support me in this, etc. Put it out there. Number 7 is document your incremental successes, which takes us back to when we were talking about number 5, small incremental changes. So you make these changes, and actually in number 16 we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but document them. Start a blog, My Weight Loss Journey, or My Keto Journey. Maybe you're going on the ketogenic diet or one of the low-carb diets. My exercise journey, my quit smoking journey, my new business journey, whatever the goal or intention is. Start a blog. Post every day if you can, Or do it on Facebook. Do it on your Facebook page and just post, or your Twitter or your Instagram, show pictures of the yummy, wonderful food that you're eating and you're losing pounds like it's melting off of you because you went on the keto diet. Document those successes. Heck, you might end up writing a whole book, and you can put it out there for everybody else and help them. Number 8, work with others. Goal buddies. Okay, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about, with number 6, telling folks about your intentions. You can also, and I said, elicit everybody's help, but you can actually, find some people that have the same goals or close to the same goals, and you can have accountability partners in this. That's number 8. Number 9, push yourself. You don't take the magic pill and lose weight. Some of this stuff's going to take some effort, at least in the beginning. Bruce Lee said, if you always put limits on everything you do, physical or anything else, it will spread into your work and into your life. There are no limits. There are only plateaus, and you must not stay there. You must go beyond those plateaus. Don't take no for an answer from others or even yourself. Push forward. Model successful people. That's number 10. That's another thing from neurolinguistic programming. That's how NLP started. The founders of NLP started modeling the success of successful people. They started out with a couple of very successful therapists. How were they getting these changes in people? What were they doing? They broke it down. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so you can do the same thing. Find somebody that has done what you want to do and model their success. Number 11, learn from the past. Learn from your past. Don't repeat it.
Right.
I mean, I know that sounds very basic, but people don't, they don't think about that. It's like, okay, you've tried 20 diets and you lost some weight and the weight all came back. What did you learn from that? What was the mistakes? Where did it go wrong? And that informs you on what to do now. Number 12, making 2021 a great year. Meet new people. Get some new blood in there, folks. Most of us
you can
have our... Yeah?
You can meet people on Zoom now, too, or video chat and
all
social
over.
media. I know we're...
Yeah.
Right. Some of us are, are thinking about our safety and things of that nature. But you can, hey, video's the age, FaceTiming and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you're into tarot and numerology, you can join thetarotguild.com and meet other people that are interested in tarot and numerology.
That's right. People who are of like mind. Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, meet new people. Most of us get static. We have the same 5 friends, and there's some studies that were done that actually show that you are the median of the top 5 people you spend the most time with. So what does that mean? Well, if you look at the people that you really spend the most time with and you had access to their bank account, you had access to what their income is, and you add those 5 up, divide by 5, your income is going to be very, very close to that. You're the median of the 5 people, and it doesn't have to be financial. It can also be, other areas of your life, And so if you're hanging out with 5 other bachelors that, are in their 40s and 50s and have yet to, meet the right person, or they've had like a string of disastrous relationships, if you analyze all that's going on with those 5 people, guess what? You're right in the middle there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
so,
right.
So if having successful relationships is what you want, You need to be hanging out with people that have had a successful marriage for the last 20, 50 years. You know, hang out with five of those and their spouses. If you want to have a successful business, meet and hang out with people that have successful businesses. You know, I know it sounds a little simplistic, but you know, you got to surround yourself with successful people in the area that you want to be successful with. I'm not saying you get rid of your old friends.
Right.
Go ahead.
I have a suggestion too that just made me think of something that I've always valued, and I know this is an old book, and you know, you might be able to find newer ones about this, but some people are a little bit nervous. They're not sure how to meet folks, you know, the whole mechanics of meeting people and what do you do, or maybe they, you know, haven't successfully met people before. You know what I mean? Like you don't know how to introduce yourself or whatever. One of the greatest books I've read was How to Win Friends and Influence People. It really is a very good book. It's an oldie but goldie, and it has some really great tips on there or you know, the ways to meet people. A lot of it that I learned from that text was really talking to people and asking them about themselves and not have it focused on you. People really like that. I've done it so many times. I've done it a few times, and it really works. When you talk to people and you ask them and you engage them, so what do you like? What are you into? How is that blah, blah, blah? You know, that it really opens a lot of people up. But there are a lot of other, you know, tips and things that book provides. But start there. If you're not sure, if you're really shy, you're not sure what to say to people or how to meet them, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a wonderful book.
Yeah, and you know, you're going to instantly be the most popular person. They're going to think you're fantastic. And you don't have to say anything, really, because you're asking them about them. You know, we are all our most favorite subject, ourselves, you know, and that's how you get people to open up and you get people to like you, is by projecting. First of all, you want to project energetically out towards them the love and feeling that you want to receive back. So you're projecting that out energetically. You put a smile on your face, and the first words out of your mouth, you might say your name, but you're not going to go into a long diatribe of who you are and what you do. You're going to ask them, who are they and what did they do?
Right.
And what did they like? You know, or you're at a conference, you're at a Star Wars conference, and you ask them, so what's your favorite Star Wars character? What's your favorite Star Wars movie? You know, you can figure out things to ask people, and instantly they're going to go, wow, this is the greatest person I've ever met.
Right.
Because you're asking about them. Exactly. That's the way to do it. Really great tip there, Rose. Really great. And then number 13 is, here's back to the list. Number 13 is make room for self-care. So diet, exercise, spa time, time outdoors, meditation, and the big one, getting enough sleep. Cannot overemphasize this. You got to get enough sleep. See, this is the foundation for all of your successes, regardless whether or not anything I just mentioned are one of your goals. Maybe diet or exercise or meditation or something is a goal for 2021. But, you know, even if it isn't, even if your goals have absolutely nothing to do with this is the foundation. You've got to take care of yourself, make time for yourself. Meditation, sleep especially, diet, exercise, spa day, you know, spending more time outdoors, you know, getting amongst the flora. You know, a lot of people come to me for life coaching and hypnotherapy in a variety of different areas. And what I've found is that with almost everybody, there's more to the story. It always comes out. Someone comes to you, they want to stay on their diet plan, they want to lose weight, and sure enough, you're going to find out that there are childhood traumas. There are they have body image issues. See, these things are foundational. You got to take care of the foundation first. You have to change those first. Get rid of the effect of the traumas. Get rid of the body image issues. Get them into a good place with that, so that what they originally came for you is actually going to work. You see, you got to work on the foundation. Same thing here when I'm talking about number 13. Make room for self-care. You got to do that. If you're going to be success. And I don't care. Maybe your goal is to start a new business and just rake in the money in 2021. Hey, great. But if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not getting alone time, if you're not eating a healthy diet, exercising, it's going to come down like a house of cards because it doesn't have a strong foundation. Which kind of leads into number 14, make balance a priority in your life. Starting now, remember, number 1, start now. But, through 2021, balance all these different areas, and this is part of the self-care with taking alone time, because in that alone time, and especially if you're like journaling and so forth, which I highly recommend, you could be writing down things you're noticing, and you can tell, you can analyze, and you can see, okay, all of my focus and attention's going into work, and I'm not spending enough time with the family, or I'm not spending enough time, alone time. I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm not getting exercise. My diet is horrendous.
Yeah.
You got to balance all of these different areas. And number 15 kind of comes right out of that. I was just going to say, I did not do these in order. I do not know how these, but it's divine timing from the universe. What were you going to say, Rose?
Yeah, what I was going to recommend about, oh, shoot. I hate it when I do this.
Are you having a senior moment?
I'm having a senior moment. What were you just mentioning right before you mentioned the one that's now?
Making balance a priority in your life, balancing all the areas.
Oh, yes. Okay, so what I wanted to say was that sometimes you have to learn to ask for help. Like,
right.
I, help take care of my mom. And so, but she has so many things going on, like in terms of the managing her household, the finances, the this and that. And I'm not good at everything. So I started asking my brothers for help. Like, can you help Mom? Because my mother's currently writing a book, and she's, in the final stages. But she's needing help in managing and whatnot. So I asked my older brother, can you please help her with this? Because I can't take this on. It's too much. And he said, yeah, absolutely. My other brother, my mom has asked him specifically to help with issues dealing with our yard, with too many trees and this and that. And some guy needs to cut his tree that he never cuts down and blah, blah, blah. It's all drama with that. But sometimes you got to learn to ask people for help. I've had my sister-in-law help my mom with her finances and things of that nature, some of the bigger, checks and things that have to happen, property taxes, all this stuff. I can't do all of that. Like, I can help, make sure Mom is taking care of herself. She's eating and drinking water and all that stuff. But I can't do everything else. So sometimes what I'm just sharing with everybody, ask for help. Find out, because some of us are doing too many things, and that's why we're off balance. That's why we're not taking care of ourselves, because we feel like we have to do it all, and we don't ask for help. Ask for people to help. Find a way for someone to help you, and taking charge of certain things. You don't have to do everything. No one said that. No one said that when you were born. Okay, you will be doing everything.
That's right.
So ask
and if you
that's my main thing for that.
If you, that kind of goes back to the getting success buddies, telling everybody what you're going to do, and things like that. When they analyze success, nobody that's successful did it on their own. They all had help.
Exactly.
And whether that's, telling everybody what you're going to do, I'm quitting that bad habit, or getting goal buddies, accountability partners, and so forth. So we're almost done here, and then we're going to go to the phone lines. So if you're calling in, actually, this is a good time to call in, folks. 714-816-4628. We would love to chat with you. We had a couple of callers drop, and actually somebody in the chat post, it was Pat. Hi, Pat. Pat said that her call was dropped. So there might be an issue. I saw her call back in, but then it dropped again. So I don't know if there's an issue with Blog Talk. Yeah. So instead, in fact, let me write that to her, or ask your question here. Yeah, if you're having problems getting through, go over to psychictalk.net/chat, or if you're on Facebook already, go to our Psychic Talk Radio Facebook group. Find the chat post for Doctors Are In. There's a big red arrow pointing down to the comments, and in the comments, ask your question there if you can't through on the call here. Yeah, because our callers all dropped off. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, call in at 714-816-4628 and press 1 on your dial pad. So let's see, number 15, know when to take a break. We're almost done here, folks. Know when to take a break. You know, that's a big one. That goes all the way back to number 3. Make a plan. And so in the plan, you plan in breaks. It's extremely important. Number 16, reward yourself. That goes all the way back to number 7, where we're talking about, document your incremental successes, start a blog, do posts on Facebook, whatever. And, hey, I'm 21 days, haven't had a drop of alcohol, or 20 days, haven't had a cigarette. And, document, you're breaking these all up into smaller incremental changes, which was number 5. And then what you're doing here is reward yourself, So document the success and then do something to reward yourself, number 16. That's going to help a lot as well. Number 17, learn something new. Learn something new. And that's actually going to tie in with number 18 in a second here. But it could be anything. Go on Udemy. You could take a class for $9.99 or $12 or $15.99 or whatever their sale is this week. They have a sale all the time. And something you're interested in general, if you don't have anything specific, or maybe there's something about what your goal or intention, or one of your goals or multiples of your goals or intentions for 2021. Search for things that would help that, So if, just off the top of my head, let's say your goal for 2021 is to help your business by becoming a better public speaker, Dr. Rose. So you go on to the Udemy and you search and you take a class on how to be a better speaker. Or here's another big one. A lot of us are having to move our businesses online. And we need to start using social media as well as, video conferencing platforms. Take classes on the various platforms, how to do Zoom, how to do better presentations on Zoom or Skype. Learn about Skype. Learn about all these other platforms, social media, which brings us to 18. Try out a new social media platform for 2021. Okay, you've always been the Instagram person or the Facebook person or the YouTube person or the Pinterest or TikTok or Twitter. Try something else out. I've always been big on telling people not to try to be everywhere and do everything. But, trying one new platform might give you some ideas, and it might increase your reach there. TikTok is, the really big thing. There was a time there where, they were going to ban it from the U.S. don't think they're going to at the current moment. You know, they're talking about breaking Facebook up. You know, have you heard that this week? You know, Instagram and Facebook and that other one they just bought. You know, they want to break them up.
WhatsApp. Yeah, because it's it's a monopoly type of deal.
WhatsApp, yeah. And Pinterest, LinkedIn is really great. You know, LinkedIn is probably the most underused platform. It's very powerful. Getting in touch with people. You know, people think, you know, it's the job site. It's not. You know, connecting with people in the same industry, collaborating on things, and also finding people that you know, want to avail you of your services. Instagram is still really big. Of course, Facebook is, you know, as well. But if I had to tell anybody anything, if I had to give you an idea, I would be like, it would be YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world next to Google, and Google is number one and owns YouTube. Talk about a monopoly there. Everything is going video. It actually has been for a decade. But for 2021, you want to do that. And if you don't want your face on camera, don't worry. There's ways to do that. Again, I refer you back to YouTube. It has everything on it. You can search how to do YouTube videos without being on camera. There's animations. There's slides. There's like a gazillion ways you can do really cool YouTube videos and never have to be on camera. You know, or take a Udemy class on YouTube. And you know, but it's the big thing. People that are searching for what you're wanting to put out there business-wise are searching on Google and YouTube. And by the way, even if they're not searching on YouTube, maybe they don't use YouTube that much or as a search engine. Did you know, Rose, they changed the algorithm? It's been a while now, but I'd say a year, 2 years, maybe longer, where Google has, you know, it used to Google something and the results came up. Well, then they started putting in ads. So the ads come up, then what's called the organic search, the actual search that you're searching, you know, and luckily they mark them ads. So I skip the ads. I scroll down until I get to the organic search. Well, because Google owns YouTube, if you search for something and there's something on YouTube about it, they want you to watch stuff on YouTube because they own it. And there's ad revenue that they're getting and everything like that, you know. But those come up in the search results first, under the ads, before the organic search. Yes, you know. So if somebody's searching for something and you do a set of YouTube videos about it, there's a way right there how you can show up in the organic search. Okay? So that's why I said, you know, if I had to pick one of these social media platforms that I'm not doing and I want to try something, do YouTube, folks. Number 19.
Yeah, and
we
then
got three more to go. Go ahead, Rose.
Really quickly. YouTube has a Creator Academy, and it's free, and it tells you everything about how to create your YouTube channel, how to grow your audience, how to monetize it, and all of that is for free. So I would definitely choose YouTube because they provide everything. They want you to be successful because when you're successful, they're successful. That's it.
Great tip. Yes. Oh, I love that. You know, and I wish I had more time because I still have not gone through the whole I'm sorry, what's it called again? It just popped out of my head. The YouTube creator what the creator thingy, what's it called?
It's YouTube Academy, Creator Academy, I think it's called.
Creator Academy.
You can Google it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And of course you can Google it. Yes. So 19 ties in with 8. Yeah, number 19 ties in with number 18. Utilize video content in 2021. Actually, you should have been doing it for the last 10 years. You know those posts you put on Facebook People want to see videos. Oh, yeah, there's the cat pictures. But guess what? They like the cat videos 10 times more or 100 times more. Video is king. And that means, again, YouTube. Get that YouTube channel going. Facebook Lives, YouTube Lives. And along with all of this is what fits in with the video content is things like webinars and teleconferencing, such as using Skype, Zoom. Virtual will continue into 2021 and beyond. And there's a reason why I put this towards the end here is, this is probably the number one thing. All that other stuff that we went through is very powerful, and it's gonna add to your success. But if we're talking business wise, because a lot of people's goals have nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. Their goals are losing weight or quitting smoking or keeping on that exercise program or what have you. But if business is the thing, maybe you're starting a new business or you want to grow your business in 2021, you've got to utilize video content with or without you on camera, okay? And everything's gone virtual because of the health crisis, and people are moving their businesses online. We're seeing clients via Zoom and Skype instead, or on the phone, instead of in person, and that's going to continue. And actually, a lot of people, hypnotherapists, all life coaches, tarot readers, we're all moving online. A lot of us have always been online doing it that way. I mean, it's always been that way for me. 98% of the people I've read for were, on a radio show or on a Zoom meeting or a Skype session like the one I had with Corby yesterday. You got to get comfortable with doing this, and this is the other thing that I'm noticing, especially with people that, you have to do some tweaking to do hypnosis virtually, okay? In person, I would do things physically that I, wouldn't or rather can't do visually over a teleconference and all. But it's interesting when I talk to my colleagues that are hypnotherapists that have moved online and made the shift, they don't want to go back to seeing live clients.
Right.
They love it. They love it. First of all, there's no travel. You don't have to travel. You can do your home office. You don't have to travel to your office to see the client. Number two, the client doesn't have to travel to your office to see you either. On top of all of that, when you have a client coming in for a hypnotherapy session, already they're, if they're not used to it, they're a little trepidatious about it. And here they are having to go to a strange building, a strange office that they've never been in before and meet a strange person they've never met before. Well, if you have all this video content on your YouTube channel and leading on and off of your website, guess what? They get to know you before or virtually meet you. And so when they do meet you, it's like they already know you. There's a lot less, like, quote-unquote, selling that needs to happen. Because those that are contacting you after consuming your video content already feel that they know you. The big thing in social media is like and trust. You got to get people to like, trust, then they buy from you. Yeah, it's a whole different universe now, folks. Social marketing is what it's called. And so your video content's going to do that. And then when you get them on a virtual teleconference with Skype or Zoom or some other platform, Facebook call, you can even do Facebook call. Well, not only do they not have to travel and go to a strange place, but think of where they are. Typically they're in their own home where they feel the most secure. They feel the most secure and they feel comfortable. And, that takes you like 80% of the way there as a life coach or a hypnotherapist or an EFT practitioner, NLP practitioner, even a tarot reader or a psychic. You've got them comfortable. They're in familiar surroundings. They're gonna let their guard down more than if they met you and you're reading them at the psychic fair, or they're coming to your office for a reading. Yeah. So a lot of people don't even want to go back to seeing clients in person that much. Or what they do is, here's another little thing, they charge a lot more for the in-person. That's right. Yeah. So it's $2.99 for an online session and $4.99 to meet me in my office. You know, something like along those lines as well.
Right.
Okay, so last two here. Oh, and I see some people have called back in. Yay! Give us a call. We're going to go to phone lines here and try to squeeze in some calls for the end of the show here. 714-816-4628. Number 20, dress up for no reason. I know it sounds crazy.
That's true.
Try it. Dress up for no reason. You know, there's a reason why a guy goes into a shop and he's trying on a new suit, and he's buying this new suit, and he says, I feel like $1 million.
That's right.
Yeah. For a woman, you know, getting her attire, whether it's, you know, business formal or even more, you know, black tie formal with the dress, and, you know, getting the dress, and, you know, you feel amazing. So, you know, maybe not all the time, but, you know, dress up for no reason.
Yeah.
It's going to change your state. And that's what it's all about. It's changing your state. And by the way, in general, always dress one level above everyone else in the room. Now, of course, I'm talking about when we get back to actually getting out. You know, a lot of us are, you know, locked down, or we're not going out as much. You know, once we get the vaccinations going and reach herd immunity, and things get safer into 2021, people are going to be able to go back out more and so forth.
Here's an idea for all you Zoom and video chat meeting people. Actually dress from the head all the way down to your feet. Because some of us just dress with a nice top, but we'll have pajama bottoms on. Or
That's right. Yeah, I was going to mention that too. You know, even though we're virtual right now, you could do the same thing virtually. You're meeting a client, you know, dress a little bit above. You know, successful people do this. Well, unless you're Mark Zuckerberg. You've got 1,000 gray T-shirts in your closet and jeans.
Right.
And that's your uniform, and that's what you wear. You know, and by the way, really intelligent people often do things like that seem quirky to the rest of us. Why? Mm-hmm. Because they're putting all their focus and energy in what they're doing, not what they're looking like. In other words, they're going, I don't want to have to wake up and spend 10 minutes figuring out what to wear. I can use those 10 minutes more efficiently in doing X, Y, Z instead of, you know, figuring out what I'm going to wear, you know. And those of us that were in the military, you know, we wear all the same uniform. And we kind of get that. You know, it's like I wake up, I put my uniform on. I don't have to figure out, well, does this match with this and go with my shoes and my belt? You know?
Or you have to do that. You have to do that beforehand, like set your clothes up for your outfits for the week. Because it does take us ladies a little bit of time there.
Yeah. So that's there's an extra bonus tip right there. Have things planned out ahead of time, you know, at the very least the night before. Be productive and not have to make decisions like that throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, what are you wearing tomorrow? Have it already set. And that way you wake up in the morning, you get ready. You dress and you get to it, So there's a method to the madness with people like Mark Zuckerberg. But, I still say you can plan this out at night, what you're going to wear. And if you know you're going to go to a business meeting, do readings or whatever you're going to do, and they're going to be dressed in business casual. Okay, so you dress in business dress or whatever the next higher level is called. You dress a step above. If you know you're going to be offering readings in a pub, and everybody's going to be in jeans and a T-shirt, well, wear a sports jacket. If everybody where you're going is going to be wearing a sports jacket, wear a suit and tie. And then for the women out there, you translate that in what the equivalent is for you. And
dressy casual, and
it leads to success. People notice you because you're standing out a little bit. I'm not talking about you walk in a tuxedo when everybody's wearing jeans. I'm just talking about a cut above.
Right.
A little bit nicer, and that adds to your professionalism. You get noticed. Oh, look at that guy over there. I wonder what he's doing. Oh, it looks like he's pulling tarot cards out. Oh, I want a reading from him. That kind of thing. And you are going to feel better. You're going to be in a better state because you're dressed a cut above. And the very last one on our 21 ways, and we've already had some bonus ones from Dr. Rose. Number 21, wake up before 7 a.m. Okay, this is a crazy place to end the list. What does that mean? Hey, let me tell you, all the stuff on this list is great. Remember I said incremental changes? Incrementally add in each of these 20 ways. But the number 21, actually, do that first. If you don't change anything else, start waking up at 7 a.m. Why? Well, dozens and dozens and dozens of studies show that the most successful people wake up before 7 a.m. Actually, they wake up a lot earlier than 7 a.m. They wake up at 5 and 4. And, they've had their morning coffee, read 2 books, and analyzed everything going to happen in the day before an hour before you wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It allows you to do so many things. Let's say your goal is food. Let's say your goal is weight loss and you're changing your diet. Food prep. You're getting up earlier. You get ready. You have your cup of coffee, and you prep the food for the day or for the next day. And that way you don't have to worry about what am I going to eat. When you have it all laid out. Here's the snack. Here's lunch. Here's breakfast. Here's dinner. Here's the after dinner snack. I'm going to stop eating by 8 p.m. There's a bonus thing. If you want to lose weight, stop eating by 8 p.m. Or the equivalent, depending. If you're an overnight worker, obviously you want to adjust that. But studies show that helps a lot. Well, also waking up early. Wake up at 7 a.m. or whatever the equivalent is, whatever your normal pattern is.
In other words, don't just wake up, right before you need to leave, just in enough time for you to get dressed and walk out the door, in a sense, or get to your desk and do the Zoom call, whatever you're doing at this time. But to wake up earlier, and you're right about that. I'm not an early person. I hate waking up early, but I actually do. I'm just still lying in the bed. But I've started watching some of my Udemy online courses early, so I can watch. And you can do that in the bed still. So I'll watch, a class that I want to take or a certification I'm going to do. I'm working on. Those are the best times because then you can do things for yourself. Then you go and get ready for whatever your day is going to bring. Get dressed and showered, whatever. Or however you guys figure that out. Some people like to do the shower early, it wakes them up, and some people say, well, I'll do some of my things, and then I'll shower and whatever and get off to work, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much to this. This one thing of waking up 7 a.m., I can't even list them all off. One of them is it's proven to be a de-stressor. De-stress your life, folks. So if you're waking up, jumping in the shower, throwing on clothes, rushing off to work, you're already setting yourself up for stress. But if you've already been awake for 2 hours and been ready for work for an hour and a half, and you're just, doing some stuff that you need to get done and preparing for the day, and then getting into the right mindset before you get into the car and drive to work, or do the 5-second the 5-second commute to your home office, which is what most of us are doing nowadays. You're going to really de-stress your life. A lot of people use this time to go to the gym. So they wake up at 4 a.m. And by the way, the pre-planning thing comes in here too. Just like you're setting up the night before, this is what I'm going to wear so I don't have to think about it for the day. Also, people put out, okay, here's my gym shoes, here's my gym bag, here's my gym attire. They wake up, they throw on their gym attire, they go to the gym, they come back, they take a shower. There's the clothes that you laid out last night, you throw them on. You still got an hour and a half before you have to go anywhere, and you're able to have your cup of tea, continue to de-stress or to not be stressed, plan things ahead so you're not stressed. That's what's going on here.
You know what?
There's so much to this.
When I used to go to the gym early in the morning, many years ago, I saw a woman who brought in a suitcase, and because she went to work right after her workout, but she had everything she needed: her clothes, her shoes, her stockings. She had her hair blow dryer because she took a shower in the, at the gym. She had her lipstick, her everything. Yep. So she was prepared.
Absolutely.
That's all I wanted to say.
So there you go. 21 ways, along with several bonuses along the way there. Anything else you want to add, Dr. Rose? Any more bonus ideas?
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
We covered it.
We sure did.
That's awesome. Yes. So let's go all the way back to number 1. What are we going to do? Start now.
That's right.
Yeah, combine the first one with the last one. Start now, and the first step, wake up before 7 a.m., and then everything in between, slowly add that in. Make a plan, go from there. There we go. Well, I hope everybody got a lot out of that. Going to take a phone call here. Rose, before we do that, do you want to let everybody know what's coming up on the network?
Yes. Let's see.
This week?
As we said before, all of our shows start at 11 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. So tomorrow we have the Tarot Today radio show with Mary Brown and our very own Dax Carlisle. And they're going to be talking about working with spiritual helpers in your tarot readings. That sounds so exciting. So I hope you join the show tomorrow. And on Sunday, it's going to be Open Lines, Angel Reiki, and free tarot readings for the whole show. And that's with Sharona Rapsik's Magic Universe. On Monday, there's Wisdom of the Soul with Janice Fuchs. And then on Wednesday, there'll be, Catherine Hahn, is doing her Compassionate Light Healing and Guidance show. And so she's doing a December series of episodes called 2020 Reflections. So make sure you want to watch that. And then the following Friday, I think we're off. Yeah, we're off on the – oh, no, I'm sorry. The doctors are in. We'll be there. I won't be there on the show this time, but you'll get a new co-host named Charlotte Kornberg, and she'll be working with Dax, and they're going to do open lines coaching and tarot mini readings, and also catching up with Charlotte and what's new in her life, because we had a great conversation with her in the last show about some of this about creating her 2021, her future business and things of that nature. So, yeah.
Yeah, Charlotte used to be on the network. You can still check out the Wednesday shows that we did together, and we're going to try to ease her back into things, and Dr. Rose has some stuff to do for her classes she teaches, so it's like, hey, let's get Charlotte on, we'll catch up with Charlotte and take phone calls, do mini readings, do some life coaching, hold open lines. And then next Saturday, I think, is the last time I'm on for December. It's the Psychic Spin segment episode. So we always do the Psychic Spin the last Saturday of the month, or the last Saturday that we're going to be on the Tarot Today radio show with Mary Brown and myself. And we're going to be asking the tarot about Santa and the elves in the Psychic Spin, as well as, of course, holding open lines and tarot mini readings all show long as well. The Psychic Spin segment is just a short little segment of the show. We're going to pull some cards on Santa and the elves, and then we're going to be taking your calls for open lines and tarot mini readings. Can't wait. And then we're off after that because Friday, December 25th, Merry Christmas. Yep, we're on break until January 8th. Saturday, December 26th, we're going to be off. So Mary and I will be back January 9th. And then Sharona's taking off Sunday, December 27th. That would be normally her next show for Christmas. She'll be back January 10th with another Magic Universe show. And I actually have all the upcoming shows listed all the way out to January 16th. So go over to psychictalk.net/upcoming, and you can see all the upcoming shows there as well.
Nice.
So, we had a lot of great information to get out to everybody, so we went a little bit long, but we're going to take at least one call here. And if we don't get your call today, remember, there's call-in shows all weekend. I'll be back with Mary tomorrow. Sharona will be on this Sunday. We're taking calls on both shows. So write down the phone number, 714-816-4628, and you can call in, same bat time, same bat channel. Join us in the chat post, psychictalk.net/chat, and we'll take your call tomorrow. But let's see who's been waiting the longest on the phone lines here. Oh, I don't have an area code on this one, so I'm just going to bring them on and say, caller, you're live on air. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Hi, Dr. Darcy. Hi, ma'am. Big fan. I was listening and doing other things, but thank you for taking my call. I like number 20. I'm going to try to do that more often. You give me inspiration. That's my goal. Thank you. I do have a question on mini reading. Yeah. I like that. Number 20 is that is something that inspired me, and I'm going to try to do that more often. Yeah, even though we're becoming engaged in again. Besides going out to work, right? So I have a question. I believe I called, a month and a half ago, and Dr. Dax, you were right that you gave me for the tarot. So the tarot, you laid off for me. You said about the new person, the signs, and I wanted confirmation. It is happening. It happened. So thank you. I have another question now. Now he's giving me the sign. I'm not sure right now if he's spinning the wheel or he's trying to me to make a move. But he suddenly tells me, "Oh, I'm gonna be leaving," and then later on, a few hours, he tells me, "Oh, I'm not sure." And at the same time, he got some information on me, but because I think because I wasn't giving him much attention, but in a polite manner. So I like him. He's polite. And do you still see him staying there for a little bit longer? And do you still I believe he wanted to ask me for a date, but I had to work that day. He's just being he's a little bit embarrassed, but he's being kind of surprising. It makes me feel super young. And he starts to go to the eye. I'm gonna take a deep breath.
Okay. Well, it's
That's what I'm on.
it's still a possibility, but it really, it's still a possibility, but it looks like things are morphing and changing. You've got the Ten of Swords showing up, which is like one door closing, another door opening. It's like a new cycle is starting here. And yes, your original question, the first part of it when you were talking about, do I need to make the effort? And that's definitely showing. If anything is going to happen, you're going to have to make it happen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's showing up as the King of Swords, and he's holding on to that sword, one thought or idea. Swords are thoughts and idea, and he's staring straight out. You're the Queen of Wands. You're showing up as Queen of Wands, and she has her head tilted to the left towards him, like looking over at him. So he's not looking at you. He's looking straight forward. You're the one looking at him. And in between that is the Hanged Man. So right off the bat, everyone knows that the Hanged Man often indicates a delay. Okay, so that's what you're feeling right now is this delay that's sitting there between the two of you. But there's more to it than that. The Hanged Man is not a man that has been hanged. The Hanged Man is actually a man that has hung himself upside down on purpose for a purposeful reason. Okay? He is looking at the world 180 degrees upside down from the rest of us. He's seeing things that we don't see. All right? So this is one of the 2 or 3 cards that are in the tarot that bring up this concept of thinking outside the box. And that's what's showing up here is, the Hanged Man's right smack in the middle between you and him. And in order for you to get next to him, you have to become the hanged woman in this case. And you have to step outside of your comfort zone and think outside of the box. If you would normally approach him in a certain way, how can you approach him in a different way that you haven't thought of yet? And this may take some time to figure this out. To journal a little bit, write down ideas, dream on it. Set your intention at night. It's like, what's a different way I can communicate with him, get my intentions across, get things going, and then wake up the next morning and jot it down. And after about 7 days of this, you're going to start getting some information. That's why you have the pad and pen right next to you on the nightstand, because you're going to forget. I know I forget all the time. So part of the intention that you set as you're drifting off is what you want information on, and that you will recall the answers you're given, and then as soon as you wake up, jot them down right away. Jot them down. Yeah. And get some alone time. Try to distance yourself. It's really difficult to do, to distance yourself from the situation. But if you have some alone time, we were talking about meditation, in the self-help, being sure to do self-care is one of the 21 ways to be successful and make 2021 great. And it doesn't have to be a long period of time, 5-10 minutes, Start practicing having some alone time, and then things are going to come to you. You're going to start thinking outside the box, different ways to interact with them, different ways to get things going. But, yeah, it really is kind of, I hate to say it, but it really is sitting with you. In fact, in the spread, you are the center card. You are the main focus. So tarot is telling us that it's all about you. It's not about him. I know it seems like it, because, he may be standoffish or he might be acting a certain way or what have you. And it's not that that's not true, but it's, as far as making a relationship happen, you're the main focus. The tarot is saying it's about you and what you do. You're the one looking at him. He's looking straight forward. You got to get his attention. So he's looking over at you, And the Queen of Wands, there's a black cat at her feet. Cats are symbolic of independence, okay? And so you need to maintain your own independence. It's also the Queen of Wands. So she's holding her staff, a wand, and it's the element of fire, which is passion. It's like, so far, it seems like you're the one with all the passion in the relationship, and you need to get that across to him. And the way you do it is the Hangman. Thinking outside the box.
May I please ask you, he does stare at me a lot. So when you say looking through me, is it looking through me through interest or not looking through me through interest? Can you clarify for me on that? When he does it a lot.
Oh, yeah, but, you're talking in real life. You're talking about, what he does physically. I'm talking about more allegorically what's showing up in the cards, okay? So you're looking at him. He's looking straight forward. You're holding the wands, fire energy. He's holding a sword, mental. He's all in his head. It's all thoughts and ideas, and also with him, it's a single sword, so it's a single thought or idea. He's focused on something, and it's not you. Okay? It may be work. It may be a project he's working on. It may be something, his finances. It could be anything. You got to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that's what it is when I say he's not looking at you. I don't mean that he doesn't physically look at you. I just mean that you know how you could be having conversation with somebody and you're looking right at them, but your mind is 1,000 miles away thinking about this issue you have to deal with in about 2 hours or tomorrow morning. It's that kind of thing. What about you, Rose? You getting anything? You have any life coaching thoughts here?
I mean, real quickly, did you see the interest? He does have interest in me, so I can make my move. Well, not make my move, but...
Well, we did that before. The interest is there. That came up before, the last time you called. Yeah, we know the interest is there. It's just that you got to get more inventive with your communication, your approaches.
I mean, the thing is, I understand, which I think part of what you're saying, because I've been through this before, where is it safe for me to assume that he's interested so that I can approach him and start up a conversation or whatnot? The truth of the matter is, you can always start a conversation with somebody. Try not to put everything into it. Is this the love of my life? Is this is this the one? Are we going to be together? Take all of that stuff out of the equation. This is someone who's been watching you, looking at you, and just go up and say, hello, I'm so-and-so, and how are you? It's not that you've been looking at me a lot. Are you okay? Is there something that you wanted to say? Or, you don't even have to say that part, but go in and get into his space and just make it a greeting. Don't make it, is this going to move to something big? Just go up and say hello. A greeting. Hello, how are you today?
Absolutely.
Try not to put everything into all. As I say, don't put all your eggs into one basket, right? So the eggs are like all these thoughts. I do the same thing, so I totally understand where you're coming from. Like, I want to know if he's interested in me because I'm interested in him, but I don't want to go up and talk to him if he's not interested in me. I understand how that goes. Our minds do that, and we do this mental gymnastics over this, and we feel like we're safer if we don't engage, or hopefully that person will make the move That's not the way to think of it.
But think of what energy
you're
putting out with that, right, Rose?
Right. So what you want to do is just go up and be friendly like you would anybody. If someone had an interesting shirt and you thought, oh, that's an interesting shirt, let me just go say hello. That's a wonderful shirt that you have on today. It really accentuates your eyes or your shoes or whatever. Just make it that. Make it just a greeting and not whether or not this is the one, if you guys are going to go off to whatever. And if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's still good for you, regardless of whether it goes one way or the other. It doesn't mean anything bad for you. If things don't work out, it doesn't grow into anything, then that's not the person for you. Good to know, so you can move on to somebody else. If it works out, that's fantastic. You made the first move. Just go and talk to him. Just say hello. How are you? Nice to meet you. And that's what you do. Start it off that way. Try not to make it into a big thing, because we do that in our minds a lot. And I'm the same way. I feel you on that. I'm pushing 50 and I'm still doing. I'm like, my goodness gracious, why can't I just go up and talk to the person and not make it the life?
Right.
The thing in the life, the big thing that it was the time when I met the guy and I walked up to blah blah blah. That's just mental gymnastics. Just go and talk to them, have a conversation, and see how things go. And then you can come back, after having a couple of conversations, come back and look at things. It's harder to see what's happening if you're not engaged, because we can't always read another person's energy. There needs to be some kind of engagement there. And then come back and have a reading, and after you've had some conversations.
Right, and I need to jump in there on that too, Dr. Rose, because what you just said was brilliant. And it brings up another aspect of the Queen of Wands that we should really touch on. I did briefly bring up about the cat and the symbolism of independence. Okay? Yeah. When you are sending out those vibes, that energy of, is the relationship going to work? Oh, my God, is this the one? All those kind of things. You're giving up your independence. You need to maintain you as you, because you are good enough, just you. And then what that's what actually, it's the reverse of what we think about things. And I find this more and more, Rose, that everything we do is actually 180 degrees backwards from how things actually function in the universe.
Yeah.
In reality, what's going to bring him to you is not that, what he wants, or, does he like me? Is something going to happen in the future, which is something that hasn't happened yet, all that kind of stuff. What's actually going to bring him to you is by you attracting him in. And there's nothing more attractive than your own personal individuality and power. Remember, we're talking about the Queen of Wands. She's sitting on a goddamn throne. Okay? You need to, tarot is multi-layered. So in addition to everything else that we got here, with the Queen of Wands being you and being the center focus, not only is it telling you, that you got to do the hangman stuff, you got to think outside the box in your communications, a lot of which goes hand in hand with what Dr. Rose just said, and in the card, points out how you're looking at him, but he's looking forward. Okay. In addition to that, we're talking about the Queen of Wands. She's got passion for life. It's love of life and an eagerness for experience, and she's strong-willed and dynamic, and hearth and home, and she's got career and family balanced, and there's energy of volunteerism and charity and active participation in this. Okay, and you have to exude that and become the Queen of Wands, the independence, the fiery energy, the passion. You don't need him. And then as soon as you're putting that out to the universe, it's like you want it. You want something. You would like a relationship, but you don't need him. You're great the way you are. And then when you take Dr. Rose's advice and just casually into his space, wow, he's going to be attracted to you.
Mhm.
Because you're not worrying about whether something's going to happen or not. Because you're secure in yourself. And if you're not, work on that. There's a lot of ways you can work on that with someone, either with a practitioner or even on your own, and becoming that kind of person. And that's going to attract them. Does that make sense, Rose?
Yes,
Absolutely.
that is very, very well said. What the lady said ties in what you said, Dr. Dax. Of course, you and Dr. as well. It makes sense that I have to have self-confidence, and if I think negative, I repel it. You're right about that.
Yeah.
And think, yeah, because all those signs are there, and I do work with him. He's foreign. And he makes me food, and he wants me to sit with him, and no other man has done that. That's why. Like, I'm so picky. And I call Dr. Dragon, so you can pick it up, I'm sure. I know we're on the phone. Of course, you too, ma'am. And it's amazing because no one. That's the beginning of something. So I'm like, oh my gosh, universe, I've asked for somebody. The other one was a monster. I let that go. And this one is just so different. So I just want an opportunity. Just one opportunity.
Yeah.
It's like a flower blooming.
Yeah.
Oh.
A flower to me.
Yeah. This is your opportunity. You just take it.
Yeah.
Make it about a greeting. Like, again, don't try to put a lot into it just yet because you still need to get to know the person. But take the opportunity. Go up and say hello. How are you doing today? Ask them another question. I don't know. Something will come up. You have things in common. You guys work at the same place. So yeah, do that.
Yes.
Do that. It'll happen. Just like I said, you want to meet with him. You want to greet him first, and see where. Sometimes guys. We always expect guys have a lot of pressure. Men do. In our society, because we expect them to do A, B, C, and D. And a lot of it, some of the stuff that we expect them to do is quite toxic. But the other thing is that not every man is the same. So there are some guys that will approach you, and there are others who are waiting to see. They're like you. You're waiting to see if you will approach them. Sometimes they like that more, like, oh, she's confident. She just walked up to me and said hello, invited me to sit down and chit-chat for lunch or, whatever you guys, are able to do. And just make the move and just see what happens. If nothing happens, nothing happens. If something happens, something happens. That's great. Either way, you're okay.
I have one more thing, pretty please, Dr. Drax and Doctor. He has told me a few times, what do you want? I don't know. I don't know what he means, but I don't answer it. I just look and smile and I think and I leave.
What is he referring to, though? Is he referring to something in particular, or?
No, I mean, he said, he's asking me, he asked me, what do you want from me? And I'm not, I could be outside and not doing nothing, or she's just staring at me.
It sounds like he's been flirting with you. Is that right?
You got it. Y'all both got it. Y'all good. Yes.
Oh,
But,
please.
yeah, he has been flirting.
Just have a conversation. You're good then. If he's already opened the door, just go talk with him and find out. Well, what is it that you want? If you don't know what to say, say, well, what is it that you want? What are you looking for? Why are you flirting with me? Start a conversation. See where it goes.
I like that. I'm going to do that. Have a little fun.
Yep.
Have a little fun, right, Dr. Drake?
That's right.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We got to run. We're way past the bottom of the hour. So
yeah, we are.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
But we got to get going and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And you're welcome. And of course, give us a call back in a couple of weeks after you've done done some of the things we talked about, see what happens with that. Remember, if we didn't get your call today, we're taking calls all day tomorrow, me and Mary, same time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Get here early, okay? And it's the same phone number, 714-816-4628. Or if you're busy, of course, you can pop in on Sunday for Sharona's Magic Universe show. She's going to be taking calls as well. Yeah. Great show, Dr. Rose. We put out a ton of great information.
Yes, we have.
Yep.
Yes, we certainly have. I think it's going to be very helpful to people, even if you just do one of those things, folks. That'll be great. You know, try to do 3, but even if you just do one, that's it. You're on your way. And start today, as Dax said. Number 1, start today. Start now.
We had so much stuff. I think I even skipped over the card of the day, the numerology of the day. I don't remember doing it in the beginning there. And
I don't think we did.
Yeah. One other thing, I want to remind everybody to come over and sign up for the website, thetarotguild.com, if you're into tarot. And you can just go there, click sign up, and it's free to join the website, use all the features and everything. We also have the holiday sale going on. You'll see that right on the main page at thetarotguild.com. And so it's up to 30% off, so you can enroll in my course for $67. You can join the premium membership for $67, which also includes your CTR Certified Tarot Reader certification if you're a professional reader. And if you're new to tarot, you can enroll in my course, as I said. And my readings are $67 too, which you can access from the holiday page or my page, thetarotguild.com/Dax. And everything's already discounted for you. You don't have to use any codes or anything like that. It's all already been discounted. My readings are normally $97, so it's $30 off, 30% off. $67. Cool. Everything's $67. Go over to thetarotguild.com. You'll see it right there. I got a video slideshow showing all the different things that are on sale, and there's a link right there, holiday sale. Just click that, take you over to the holiday sale, and get in on that. We have a lot of people doing that, like John Rose that I mentioned earlier, and Corby. She got in there and got her certifications. In fact, she applied for higher levels, the Certified Tarot Practitioner, Certified Tarot Professional, and Certified Tarot Master as well. So that was really cool. A lot of great things happening at the Guild now. Yeah. Awesome show, Dr. Rose. I had a lot of fun.
Yes, this was fantastic, and it's a great way to start the new year now. So I hope people found it inspiring and all that. Yeah.
That's right. And as I look at the calendar, we're off on the 25th, as we mentioned, Christmas obviously, but also New Year's Day falls on a Friday on the 1st. We're taking that off as well. And you're off next week. I'll be on with special guest co-host. My mind just blanked there for a second. It's going to be Charlotte Kornberg is going to guest co-host next Friday. But what I was getting at is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be like a month before we're on again together on the 8th of January. So
right.
I want to say happy holidays to you and Mom and yours, and Happy New Year too.
Thank you. And happy holidays and happy New Year to you too, Dax. And we'll see each other in the new year.
In the new year, yes. It's going to be great. 2021. Bye, everybody, for now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's right. Be back on the air. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Dr. Rose.
Bye, Dax.